Good morning, everybody. Inside sports, cold, wet, rainy outside. Yesterday, I transplanted all my tomato plants up. If you live in the area and you are close to me, you need pepper plants or tomato plants, call me. Shoot me a message. I have way more than I need. I thought I would have 85 to 75% germination. I used a lot of older seed. I had 100% germination. I think I had one plant called Old German, that's old seed, that did not germinate well. I only got 2 plants out of what I planted, but everything else. So I have 4 flats of tomato plants, and I have way more peppers than I will ever have space for. So if you're in the area and you need any of those, drop me a line. This morning, in my effort to stay busy, um, we are on such a roller coaster right now that I am just doing things that I can stockpile and put aside. So this morning for snack time, I am making chocolate covered banana slices. They have them at Trader Joe's. You get a little tiny box for $3. This we've already eaten quite a few bananas, but I got a whole thing of bananas for $1.49. The chocolate chips cost me $2.50, and I make my own almond butter. I get a big bag of almonds for $12. I think it's over 3 pounds, and I'm only using a half a teaspoon on each banana slice. Then I'm going to pop them in the refrigerator or the freezer for about 10 minutes, just so they harden up a little bit. Then I'll bring them back, dunk them in chocolate, and then put them in the freezer. And then I store them in Ziploc bags. And I will make a month's supply today. So for an hour out of my life, it's worth it to have a month's snacks. I also like to put like a couple grains of sea salt over the top. I have some, my kids sent me this from Hawaii. So this is granulated pink Hawaiian sea salt, and it's delicious. So I'm going to use that on the top. And you don't need a lot. You just need like 3 or 4 grains. It's coarse. So this morning has been really busy. I hope to be out in the garden by 1 o'clock this afternoon. I'm also making homemade tortillas this morning. So we'll go through that. I got my lard rendered. This is the lard that's sitting out waiting for my homemade tortillas. Went to the store. I read the ingredients on the tortilla package and was shocked. I have flour here that doesn't bother me too much. And you can put them in the refrigerator once you make them, and they'll keep for up to 2 to 3 weeks. So I think tortillas are not expensive, but I know they're going to be cheaper if I make myself. Plus, I control what's in it. I can put oat bran in them. I can jazz them up a little bit. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not terribly fond of the whole wheat tortillas that I make, but these are just going to be unbleached, unbromated, organic, basically white flour. It's a high protein, but so the trick to high protein flour is you have to let the dough rest. If you try to roll it out after you get done kneading it, you're going to be like fighting with it the whole time. So just let it rest. And I can do something else for the 15 minutes it's going to sit in the bowl and rest. So like clean the kitchen. So that's what's going on today. It's Friday. Happy Friday. And time to get to work. Okay, well, my bananas are in the freezer. I'm going to start my tortillas. So it's 2 cups of flour, and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. You can make it more or less depending on your taste. And put that in. And I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, non-aluminum. All right, get that going. And then we're going to mix that up real quick. It would help if I took my spoon out. Okay, once that's mixed, I have a half a cup of lard, and it's at room temperature. It's not cold. You're not making pie crust. You're making tortillas. So let's do. This is the best tool for measuring shortenings or lard or anything like that. It also measures liquids, it's grams. I don't even know where I got this. I've had it, I bet I've had it 30 years, but I really like this. Now you're going to turn your mixer on and you're just going to let everything get crumbly like cornmeal. Okay, that is what it's going to look like. So you can see it's like cornmeal. I'm switching to my dough hook. And I'm going to add, I have 2 cups of water measured out and it's lukewarm. It's not super warm. And I'm just going to start adding it 1 cup at a time. Okay, so it's done. It only took a couple minutes to get it mixed up. This is a super soft dough. It's really pleasant to work with. I'm scraping every last bit out. Now, once you get to this point, you have to knead it a little bit, and then we will put it to rest. They call this bench flour, I think. And boy, it doesn't take much time at all. This is lovely. So you don't want to use too much flour. So I am going to put this over to the side, and we'll use this when we roll everything out. Don't waste flour. Now the secret is everything was at room temperature or lukewarm. So I am going to put this in a container and let it rest for 10 minutes. This has worked out perfectly because now my bananas are ready to be dipped in chocolate. And while that's happening, this will be resting. Love this. I put a little bit of olive oil on the bottom. I could have used lard. You can use anything you want. And what you don't want is this dough to dry out. I picked this up at a garage sale for like $1, and I had to leave the lid on, so I'm really careful about because look how old it is. Anyway, 10 minutes. We'll be back in 10 minutes, and then we will portion them out, and then they're going to rest again. But right now I'm going to run over and pull my bananas out of the freezer and start dipping those. Okay, so I've had these resting for 10 minutes. I rolled them out in little balls, and all these little balls, you're just going to press them flat. Should have powdered my fingers a little bit. And that little ball, forgot to flour my rolling pin. This was my grandma's rolling pin. How cool is that? So once you've let them rested, they really are easy to roll out. And then you can actually almost see through these, and then I'm going to pick it up and put it in my hot griddle. Okay, end of the day. What time is it? I got through in a couple hours. It took me about till 1 o'clock. I started this morning. I made almond milk this morning. This is my go-to milk. I made a jar of almond butter. The almond butter got put on the banana slices. These are just absolutely delicious. Look how nice they look on a dish. I would have no problem putting these out for company. They're cheap. Like a bag of chocolate chips will cost you about $2.39. I think I paid for it. The entire amount of bananas I used was like $1.25. We ate 3 bananas here, and the rest I used for this. These are the flour tortillas I made. I got 25 out of the, and it's 2 cups of flour, a half a cup of lard, salt, a teaspoon of baking powder, and some water. That is it. So these cost nothing. Um, yeah. So these snacks will last us for the whole month. There's a whole other cookie sheet in the freezer that I didn't get out. So these will last us a month. These will last us meant a long time, and I'm going to freeze a bunch of them. There are only 2 of us here. I'm not feeding 6 kids. so but this lasts us a couple weeks. This I go through in a week. This is all the milk I use in my tea. um, so I think this is worth it for minimal amount of work. I also got a conference call done. I listened to my audiobook. If you want a good audiobook, Lab Girls. So the woman is a storyteller. She's a scientist on plants. I can't remember her name. I'll try to get her name for you and post it in the notes below. But if you're looking for a really good book, my neighbor recommended it, and I thought, oh, I'll read it. I love it. It's one of those books I don't want to end. Big shout out for Lab Girl, and I'll put the author down below. So it was a good day. I'm now going out to finish up dividing my plants out in the studio, and then I'm going to go start picking up horse manure, cow manure, and get my beds filled for the weekend. My fencing arrived. It was on the porch 5 minutes ago. So I'm ready to finish up the fencing out back. Oh my God, that'll be such a project out of the way. So thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Make snacks, stay busy.